No little girl is born believing everyone else's needs matter more than mine. Have you ever noticed that many women feel guilty for doing things that should be completely normal? Taking a day off, buying something for themselves, saying no, choosing their career, being ambitious, setting a boundary, even resting. It's almost as if the moment a woman chooses herself, a little voice appears in her head saying, "You are being selfish." So, where did that belief come from? And here is the question no one asked: who put that voice there? Let's travel back in time. Thousands of years ago, imagine living in a world with no hospitals, no supermarkets, no childcare, no modern technology. Survival depended on everyone contributing. So work was divided because pregnancy, childbirth, and breastfeeding kept women physically closer to homes. Many societies gradually assigned women responsibilities close to home as well, preparing food, making clothing, caring for children, looking after elderly family members. Meanwhile, men who were not limited by those biological responsibilities more often took on the work that required leaving home for long periods, such as hunting, herding, trading, or fighting, depending on the society. At first, these were not rules about who was more valuable. They were practical ways of organizing work for survival. But over generations, something changed. Societies stopped seeing them as roles and started treating them as virtues. Caring for others wasn't just something many women did. It became what many societies believed a good woman should be. And when that message is repeated for generations after generations, it does not just stay a tradition, it becomes part of how people judge everyone. That's why even today, some women can feel guilty for choosing themselves, because for centuries, caring for others was closely tied to the idea of being a good woman. Over time, something remarkable happened. These behaviors stopped looking like survival strategies, they started looking like personality. Psychologists call this internalization. When an expectation is repeated often enough, it stops sounding like someone else's rule. It starts sounding like your own voice. That's why today a woman can have every legal right to choose herself and still feel guilty for doing it, because some emotional rules can outlive the world that created them. The world changed, many of those old conditions change, but inherited beliefs often change much more slowly. And that's why understanding history matters. So we can recognize which beliefs were built for a different world. Maybe the real question isn't why do I feel guilty? The real question is this guilt protecting something important, or is it protecting a rule I never consciously chose? Because choosing yourself isn't the opposite of caring for others. Setting a boundary does not mean abandoning people. Resting isn't laziness. And your worth does not begin after everyone else's needs have been met. It begins much earlier than that, before you were even called a daughter, a wife, a mother, or a woman. You are a human being, and the journey from woman to human begins by remembering that. This is a curriculum where we ask women why they think the way they do. Because once you understand where a belief came from, you finally get to decide whether it still deserves a place in your life or not. See you in the next one.